All right, let's just get right into it. We are about to pull back the curtain on the entire system of conversation. We're going to break down the actual mechanics that separate those awkward, painful silences from real, genuine influence. This isn't just some fluffy theory. This is a playbook.
Look, we have all been there. You're talking to someone, and then nothing. Your mind just goes completely blank. It is, without a doubt, the single most frustrating question in any social situation. And the whole point of this explainer? It's to make sure you never have to ask yourself that question again.
Okay, let's get one thing straight right now. Being good at conversation, being influential, it's not some magic gift you're born with. It is a skill. And like any skill, it's a system with rules, with strategies, with actual tactics that you can learn, you can practice, and you can master. So forget all that stuff about charisma. We're talking about pure mechanics.
So this is it. This is the playbook. It's a three-part system that's designed to take you from just, surviving conversations to actively steering them. We're moving way beyond small talk and into the territory of genuine influence. Think of this as your new toolkit.
First things first, we have to build the foundation. We're building what I call the endless conversation engine. This is the core technique that is going to make sure you literally never run out of things to say again. This is how you generate effortless rapport and just keep the ball rolling forever.
The core idea here is deceptively simple. It's called parts of a subject. And all it means is you stop looking at a topic, like say a movie, as one single thing, and you start seeing it as a web of interconnected ideas. This isn't about knowing a lot of stuff, it's about learning how to go deep on their topic.
And here's exactly how you do it. Just 3 simple steps. Number 1, you let them pick the topic. Whatever they're into, whatever they're passionate about. 2, you mentally explode that topic into all its different little pieces. And 3, you just explore those pieces with genuine curiosity. You're not interrogating them, you're exploring their world with them.
See how easy this is? Take something like football. An amateur asks one question about the game and then dead end. But when you use this engine, football isn't one topic. Man, it's 20. You can get into offensive strategy, player personalities, insane team rivalries, the vibe of a live game. The conversation can just go on, totally effortlessly.
And here is where we completely flip the script. This idea changes everything. Your lack of knowledge is not a weakness. It is your single greatest asset. Seriously, it gives you permission to be curious, to ask about everything because you genuinely don't know. It makes them the expert, and that builds a massive amount of rapport.
Okay, time to level up. Once you've got that engine running and you've built some solid rapport, you deploy what's called the personality pivot. This is where you make a crucial shift from talking about the subject to understanding and influencing the person.
The big idea here is that every single person has multiple parts to them. They might show you one part, the part they think defines them, but there's almost always an opposite and usually more interesting part hiding just beneath the surface. The person who says they're shy probably has a really observant, decisive side. The person who says they're boring has a thoughtful and adventurous side. Your job is to find it.
But, and you have to get this right, this is critical. You never ever argue with them. You don't confront them or tell them they're wrong. If someone says, "I'm shy," the worst thing you can do is say, "No, you're not. That's just dumb." You acknowledge what they said, and then you gently introduce the existence of this other, different part of them.
So the formula for doing this is really simple. First, you acknowledge what they said. Yeah, I can see how you might feel shy sometimes. Second, you introduce the other part. But I've noticed that people like that are often super observant. And third, you explore and discuss that positive part. You give it energy, you bring it to life.
All right, now we get to the master strategy. This is where we put it all together to create some real, actual influence. The opportunities and challenges framework is all about aligning what you want with what they want for themselves, so they become motivated to move in the direction you want them to go. This is a fundamental change in how you think. You stop asking for things and you start offering opportunities. Your goal is to figure out what someone wants, maybe to be seen as a leader or as confident or successful, and then you frame your request as a perfect pathway for them to prove that exact quality. Let's make this real. Look at how this works. If someone wants to be seen as a leader, you don't just ask them for help. You offer them an opportunity to share their wisdom, and then you issue a little challenge. Hey, are you ready to step up? You're challenging them to become the exact person they already want to be.
And you can apply this in these tiny, subtle doses. These are what we call mini challenges. They're just small phrases that subtly test for things everyone wants, like being seen as smart or mature. A phrase like, "You seem sharp enough to grasp this," implicitly challenges them to prove they're smart by agreeing with you. It's a subtle flavor, not the whole meal, but it's incredibly effective.
So, we've gone through the basic engine, the personality pivot, and the master framework. We've covered a ton of ground. Now let's just put it all together and look at the complete system in action.
So this is the whole playbook in one spot. It's a 3-layer toolkit. You always start with the engine to build rapport and just keep the conversation flowing. Then you can use the pivot to understand and shape the interaction on a personal level. And finally, when the time is right, you can deploy the framework to align goals and create influence. Each layer builds perfectly on the one before it.
So, I'll leave you with this question. After breaking down this entire playbook, the real question isn't just how you use these tools, but why you use them. Is this system ultimately a tool for creating deeper, more genuine connections with people? Or is it just a cold, hard strategy for influence? The answer, of course, depends entirely on the person holding the playbook.